Welcome back to the video series A Campaign from A to Z. This episode is going to be all about analytics. But first of all, let's have a recap on this user journey. In the previous episodes, we have done an awful lot. We have authored a landing page that contains goal for measuring engagement values. We have set up behavioral profiling. We have set up A/B testing. We have created a campaign link to enable Sitecore analytics tracking. We have set up a form that identifies a contact, sends a brochure via email, and triggers an outcome called requested brochure. We have set up a marketing automation campaign that populates lists based on a user's behavior on the site, that sends a follow-up email automatically to specific groups of users. And we have sent a manual email campaign containing an A/B test. In this episode, we are going to have a look at the built-in Sitecore analytics features, and we are going to create custom segments. So let's try this out. Over on Sitecore Experience Platform, we can have a look at Experience Analytics. Right out of the box, we will see a number of reports. And to get the most out of these reports, we have to set up a couple of goals to assign engagement value. We have to set up outcomes and so forth. We have done a lot of this during this campaign, so we can already get a lot of value out of these reports. We can see right here we have the number of visits in correlation with the value per visit. We can see the channel groups. If you assign channels to your campaigns, you can measure your traffic by channel. You can see our top campaigns. We can see our top pattern matches for our behavioral patterns. I can see we have most in the mountain climber category and many other reports. I'm not going to go into each and every report. What I want to show you are some highlights. For instance, the pattern matches. As soon as you have behavioral patterns set up, you will automatically have this report available, and it gives you a lot of insight into how are your segments of users behaving. So you can immediately see how many of your visitors are actually in this category or in another category. You can see how many page views they have. You can see the bounce rate and conversion rate and average duration. So this already gives me a lot of interesting information and lets me know on what segment of my users I have to target my next campaign effort. We can also, for instance, have a look at all the goals that have been triggered. We have 3 goals set up in this campaign: brochure requested, landing page visited, and teaser clicked. And there's a number of other reports. For instance, classic reports like my pages or the outcomes that have been triggered. If you have set up device detection, you can have a look at different devices visiting your page. And if you have set up geo-IP location, you can use this location reports. The next thing I want to show you is custom segments. Starting with Sitecore 10, we can create custom analytics segments. We can do this in List Manager. And we can go ahead and create a segment. Call it. And we can click Use this as analytics filter. If you do this, it will immediately be available as filter in Experience Analytics. Now let's define this segment using a rule. And I can say every visitor that has matched a specific pattern of my vacation interest profile. Let's say the City Explorer pattern will be included in this segment. We can now go ahead and save. And from now on, every interaction registered in Sitecore Experience database will be filterable by this segment. So this does not apply to historic data. It applies to all data recorded from this moment on. Now let's go back to Experience Analytics and have a look. I can now filter my interactions, and I have my CD Explorer right here. Right now, there won't be any data available because I've just set this up. But let's have a look at one of my other segments that I have previously created. For instance, the mountain climber, which just matches the mountain climber pattern. I can immediately filter all these reports and gain specific insights into this custom filter group. This is a very powerful tool that has been introduced in Sitecore 10. Okay, to recap this video, we have had a look at the built-in Sitecore Analytics features, and we have created custom segments to these analytics reports.